We're going to be making some cards for senior citizens, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making actually coloring pages to kind of feed into the adult coloring craze that's been happening. It's a recent trend where a lot of grown-ups are enjoying taking crayons and just coloring. They find it relaxing. So I thought it would be really cool to make some cards for senior citizens using a black Sharpie and white paper, and then scan them and give them to senior citizens when meals are delivered or when, food is brought to nursing homes, that these coloring pages, along with a box of crayons for each person, could be delivered. So I got some crayons from Oriental Trading, and we're going to be creating these coloring pages, and I'll be printing them out of my home computer. I only have black ink right now, so this will be a great way to be able to print the cards and deliver them by hand. When you create the shapes, make sure that they're closed shapes with an inside and an outside, so there's actually something to color. So a stick figure would not be okay because it doesn't have anything inside to color. So even notice the lettering is got shapes that can be colored inside, and I'm overlapping some nice lines that can make some interesting shapes. You want to close the shapes also because we're going to be using the magic wand tool in the program Photopea, which is very similar to Photoshop. So I'm just trying to create some encouraging messages for people who might be shut in during this quarantine. A lot of visiting people aren't able to receive visitors for safety reasons, especially in nursing homes and managed care facilities. So it's a very scary and lonely time for a lot of people. So when I'm done creating my picture, I'm going to fill up the page, and then I'm going to photograph it on my iPhone using the Adobe Scan app. So let's see, I'm going to scan it using the Adobe Scan app, and then I'm going to email that PDF to myself, or alternatively, you can just place it right in your Google Drive from your phone. Regardless, you're going to then take that scanned image, and once you have emailed it to yourself, you're going to download it to your Chromebook, and then you're going to have to open it up in an app called Photopea, and that's where we're going to manipulate these shapes and turn our design into a decorative greeting card. So here I have the image in my email. I download it. I open up Photopea, and I open up the file. And the first thing I have to do is flatten the image and rasterize it. So I go to the layer menu, I right-click rasterize, and then I have to unlock the background layer. I'm playing around with the contrast to make sure the blacks are black and the whites are white. I'm going to use the magic wand tool to get rid of the white background. I'm going to select the background with the magic wand tool and delete it. I'm going to do select inverse, edit, cut, and then I'm creating a new document with a transparent background and pasting it in. I'm doing image size, actually image canvas size, and making the canvas larger. I'm going to change it from pixels to inches, and I'm going to do image canvas size and make the canvas wider so I can play around with the layers. I'm going to unlock the bottom layer, the background, and then I'm going to do layer, duplicate layer, and then I'm going to take the top layer and move it. I'm going to do edit, transform, scale, edit, transform, rotate, edit, transform, warp, and play around with the shapes, duplicating them. And I'm going to fill the page with designs. When I'm done creating my designs and duplicating them, I'm going to do layer flatten image or layer merge down until all the layers are merged into one. And then I'm gonna do select all, and then I'm going to rescale the entire flattened image. I'm going to make it smaller, and then I'm going to create a document that is meant for print. So you'll see in a minute I'm going to create a new document that's letter sized, and I'm going to paste my combined layers, my brand new design, into a print sized, letter sized document that I can print on a printer. So right now I'm just warping the image, rotating it. I'm playing around. The only thing I can't do is I can't do like flip vertical or flip horizontal, because then the lettering will be backwards on the words. But I can rotate it. I can and do all sorts of things to really play around with the repeating the design. So this is the point where you really want to experiment, keeping in mind that, what's important in art is how it looks. So I'm changing it from pixels to inches. I'm rescaling it just by doing image size. And then I'm doing select all, edit copy. I'm creating a new document that's letter sized with a white background. So I changed it from transparent to white. I'm doing edit paste. And now at this point, I want to make it take up half the card, because I'm trying to make a card that I can fold in half. Now, you don't want to put it on the bottom half of the card, because then the picture would be in the back of the card. You want to put it on the top half. Just imagine yourself folding the card in half. How you want the letters to go. You don't want the most important words to be upside down. Sometimes if you do view and grid, it helps to figure out where the middle of the picture is, to make sure that you're making a card that you can fold in half. So here you see me taking my card that I've printed out, folding it in half, and I can create a greeting on the inside, a message of encouragement for a person who is in a nursing home. So what I'd like you to do is I would like you to create your card, bring it into Photopea, rasterize it, manipulate the image in some way, export it as a JPEG, and then put it into your Google Classroom. I will then print the images out for senior citizens and make sure they're delivered.